maybe this is an opportunity for me to advocate for people that have this. So I took a little faith, and I know there's a lot of people in here that share the same faith as me. I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, I'm a brother to a lot of you out here, and I'm not your enemy. So I want you to know that first and foremost. Y'all may disagree with me on this for sure, but I'm not your enemy. And so the Lord has opened the door for me to be in this since 2015, and 8 years later I'm still here. And I want to be part of the change. I want to be part of the, man, I want to reduce stigma around this. I want to help people. That's what I feel like I've been called to do. So I want to tell you a little bit about Cedar Recovery and how in the world I ended up at Cedar Recovery, because I went from advocating for people and advocating to tighten up restrictions around these type of clinics, because what I saw a bunch of cash clinics. I saw a bunch of cattle call places that people would just bring people in, give them their medicine, and go out and sell it. And I was sick of it. And so I wanted to be part of the change for regulating these type of facilities even more. So I was able to get started with a coalition that wanted access to good treatment and wanted these things to be heavily regulated. And that's when I met Joe Line, our CEO. He said, hey Paul, I have an office-based opioid treatment facility that's called OBOT. You may hear me say that, you may hear that more, in Mount Juliet. And I'm tired of what I'm saying. I'm actually trying to do right by people. We're trying to provide counseling and therapy, care coordination, and we're doing 3 things. We're loving unconditionally, we forgive, habitually, we demonstrate mercy. And I want to be a part of the change. And so Joe and I worked on legislation for a long time, trying to make sure that it was tightened up, that these clinics couldn't just exploit people and take cash, not do counseling, keep them on medicine forever, and care nothing about them. And so around the same time, I actually met Dr. Lloyd. Dr. Lloyd's a doctor, and he treated addiction. And he ended up becoming a crucial piece of this puzzle because he ended up writing the rules to regulate these facilities, and it was hired by Governor Haslam at the Department of Health. So the Lord took me on a journey from there, advocating for more regulation, more quality access to care. Until in 2020, Joe gives me a call and says, hey, you want to join our team? And I said, you know, my wife and I are great about it. I was doing some work out of Birmingham, Alabama for a company called Pathway Healthcare. It was a multi-state addiction treatment company. The Lord was telling me to go not do it, and that's what I've done since 2020. And I know that there are 3 kinds of people sitting in this room tonight. There's people in here that like me, but I sat in the crowd and I was opposed to everything that's going on. Because I've done it. I've been there. There's people here that have no idea what we're talking about, and they want to know, they want to be educated, and they want to say, I want to see what this is about. There's people here that are supporting what we're doing. I've already seen a number of them are here that support this type of initiative. But most importantly, I want to say our core values is what we hope to demonstrate tonight. We're going to love unconditionally, we're going to forgive habitually, we're going to demonstrate mercy. And we're here to answer your questions and concerns for sure. Just a little housekeeping thing. Dr. Lloyd's going to talk first, and then after that, we'll take questions and concerns from this side. If y'all will please line up and just we'll do it one at a time and answer your questions and concerns. I want y'all to know that there's some passionate people in here. I know that, and I'm as equally passionate to try to help people, but we're not in this. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. I'm going to introduce Dr. Lloyd. He's our Chief Medical Officer. Dr. Lloyd's going to tell his story. He's going to be the leader of this if this thing gets going. Dr. Lloyd is going to be the one that runs this program and heads it up.
Thank you all. Before we get started, I'm not a social media guy. I don't, get on Facebook. There's stuff that gets posted, there's stuff that I like to put out for patients in education. But we got a bunch of kids that work in our office, and they're all social media folks. And so some of the things that have been posted have gotten back to me, and I want to address one of them in particular because it matters to me. Your elected officials, Mayor Steve, Representative Ed Butler, they never support this for 1 second, no matter what you put on social media. That's wrong. They never did. They never came through it one time and said, we support you, anything like that. Tell you what they did do. They asked us to talk to the people of the community. They said, we're going to tighten the community. People will be scared. We're not going to support it, but would you come and talk to the community? Which is why we're here tonight. So I just want to make that known, and they did a great job representing the youth, regardless of what people. Oh, absolutely, I forgot about that, the county commission. We actually went before the county commission on Audio, it wasn't to talk about this, it was to talk about opiate abatement, and that's another part of my life. And the reason I didn't talk about this is so that what we were there to talk about to them. The county commission did not support this either. Not a single politician, not a single elected official in this county has come to us and supported this. So anybody who writes that out there, it's absolutely not true. And so I want to get started with that. But I do want to thank you all, because I'm actually excited. I'm a little scared, but I'm excited to be here because of what the mission is for. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about 5 minutes, and I'm going to address your questions. And I promise you I'll answer them all. I'll be as respectful as I can, and because I care about this. This is what I do. So I was thinking to myself as a young doctor in East Tennessee. I grew up in Jonesboro, Tennessee. Lived my whole life there. I got addicted to OxyContin and Xanax in my chief resident year of internal medicine. Driving home one day, stopped and a red light right across the street from the liquor store across the city. And opened me up and parked my truck, and there laid some painkillers in there. And the dentist had given me months ago. I was doing the fill up part, didn't think anything about it. And I was having a pretty rough day. So I reached over, picked one of those painkillers out, and broke it in half, and I threw it in my mouth. And at the time I got home, all my problems were solved. My wife was better, the kids were better, the job was hard. And really what had changed was nothing had changed. The pain in my brain, of everything that I was dealing with in my life at the time, was soothed by that opioid. And I had no idea about the brain chemistry of addiction. I had no idea about addiction. They don't teach us this in medical school. It's very, very superficial. It's not in there. And within 3 years, I was using 500 milligrams of OxyContin, 8 milligrams of Xanax a day, every day. And I wasn't good underneath the bridge. I was treating your friends and family members in the hospital. I was teaching in medical school. And luckily for me, my dad got me on me, got me help, brought me to Nashville, and I got 95 days of the best treatment that money could buy, and 5 years of active care at Apollo, because I had no idea what addiction was, right? I always looked at addiction as a moral failure. Well, you don't want it bad enough, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I just really not into that. Addiction is genetics, trauma, and opportunity, right? Most people with addiction, you go back in their family tree, they've got a history of either with alcohol, drugs, and stuff. The second part of that is trauma, childhood trauma, a lot of times, physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. And I check all those boxes, I promise you. And then the third thing is just the opportunity, what's widely available and socially acceptable. So the pharmaceutical companies in the late 80s and early 90s downplayed the risk of opioid pain medication and said, hey, this stuff's not as addictive as everybody thinks it is. It was a pure lie, and it was really driven for profit. And the result of that was that they released a highly addictive medication called OxyContin, which was oxycodone, which has been around forever, but it was in huge dosages, and they unleashed it on a genetically predisposed, traumatized population. And unfortunately, a lot of that is in rural America. Okay, it's not in cities. It's in the heroin issue in New York City or Chicago or Memphis or Nashville. These are the rural areas. And I'm from Northeast Tennessee, right next to Southwest Virginia. I grew up in Florida and Alabama. This is where it started, and it spread across the country like wildfire. And then we did some things. We made some changes. We got tired of doctors writing prescriptions, but we didn't help those people who were already addicted in the first place. And they simply switched over to heroin. And we went on for heroin for a few years, and then something called fentanyl showed up, which is the reason for this clinic with Rickman guys. Well, fentanyl changed the volume. Fentanyl is 100 to 10,000 times more powerful than heroin. And most of the kids that take it don't even know if they take it. It's been crushing the pills, just like pharmacists. And they think they're buying a painkiller, they're taking 1,000 times, and they're buying heroin and fentanyl that's 10,000 times stronger than what they were buying before, and they die. And that's why I'm here today. And I told you I got to work myself. I've been in recovery for a little over 19 years. And when I stand here today, I look at it and I see you guys looking at me and I'm like, I wonder what I think. I'm not the devil, I promise you that. I wake up every morning with one thing on my mind, and that's helping as many people get in recovery as possible. And I've heard of anything, many times it's gotten years. And so I was in a TV show, and so you got rich in the TV show. I did not get rich in the TV show. The TV show didn't pay me one single dime. I don't get paid any royalties for it. I did a TV show. I was one of the stories people can relate to it. Because in this room right now, you got people who came here tonight that are opposed to what we do. They're dying inside their own family because they're dealing with it. The people who go to church with don't know because they're ashamed to tell. And I know it's true because I got phone calls. And we're not going to move the needle on the issue, guys, until we talk about community relationship. So for this many people to show up in Rickman, Tennessee tonight, I know one thing for sure. We got community. I know that. That's the thing that will turn the tide. Medication ain't going to turn the tide. It ain't going to cure a single person with addiction. It is not going to happen. Right? What will help people? Will help them. The ability to step out of the state and the shame that they're dealing with, and let the community put them back in place. I talked to a therapist here, we don't know where you are and what happened. But I talked to Lee about his 11 guys that he's working with and what his concerns are. Their confidence in letting guys up and trying to get them to stay away from the things that have killed them and get them back home to their families. But in order to do that, you have to help them, right? They need skills to handle situations that they don't have skills to handle. They need a job, right? They need a place to live. The single biggest need in Northern Canada is not what we do, it's housing. Housing, we have to have housing for people with substance use disorder, right? No one's going to do any good for sleeping on the streets. And so what we're doing, I'm talking about medication, it's easy. And I'm going to talk to you about it, and I'm going to tell you why. The difficult part is what we do in this room from a community standpoint. What are we going to do when we have that person out there struggling? Are we going to ostracize them? Are we going to talk about them? Are we going to put them to the side? Or are we going to bring them up and try to help them back on the path to recovery? And that's what this is about. That's why I'm here tonight. I don't need you to support it. I don't need a brother or whoever you to support any of this. We've got to keep people alive. Because I have not figured out how to treat dead people yet. I've never figured out how to treat dead people. And you can throw the money thing all you want. I can pick up truck I live in the neighborhood. I don't do that this week. I'm working my butt off. I don't do this for money. No, nobody dollars else that out there right now stand in front of a bunch of people maybe they don't like me very much. Right? We asked for this. I'm here to answer your questions about what we did. Because I can guarantee you this, guys. You got people in this upper Cumberland region. Paul told you how I got to Middle Tennessee. I'm an East Tennessee boy. I got to Middle Tennessee because I saw what was happening with medication. And what I saw was people coming in one door, a doctor for $125 cash each, writing prescriptions, and the dude running out the other door, selling half of the parking lot, saying leaving it on. It's what I saw. And they weren't getting any help. And I looked at the help I got. I got help with extreme physical abuse, extreme sexual abuse. I got better. They didn't get any of that, and a lot of them have mental health issues. So they don't have access to mental health care. And so it's almost impossible for them to get better. But people are raking in money. I mean, it is a big money thing. You try to get in trash cans. And some of the same people that help me would reach up and lock the door on people coming into their clinics and don't know what's going on here. And so luckily for us, our legislature passed some rules and gave the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services the ability to write the guidelines of how these clinics have to practice. You can't do that anymore. You can't just have this paint line coming. You can't do that. You have to provide coordination care. You have to provide counseling. Because people get better with behavior change. They don't get better with medicine. If they got better with medicine, it'd be easy. Right? They get better with behavior change. And it takes a while to do that. So we put all that stuff in there. What you saw was all these clinics that we talked about went downhill. They started closing. And now you have clinics that come along that are doing the work. So they usually do are Medicaid providers. And with Cedar, we go after Medicare, Medicaid, and people who don't have any money. That's our target audience. That's who we want. Okay, that's the people we're going after. And you have those here in Rickman, you have in Oakland County, you have in every county that touches where we are. Cedar County, Putnam County, Pitt County, I mean, Clay Jackson. This is the second worst area in the state of Tennessee we're sitting in right now. So when I got to Nashville, I looked at statewide numbers. Okay, worst areas in East Tennessee. More people addicted, more babies born independent. By far, what's the second worst area? Boom, right here. And nobody in Nashville talked about it. Nobody here talked about Putnam County. Nobody talked about Oakland County. Nobody talked about Clay Jackson. Nobody did. And I'm looking at it going, what's the problem here? How come we're not talking about this? That's why we're here. This is the biggest street desert in the state of Tennessee. And I'm But I want you to know why we're here. Because I was given a gift 19 years ago. Somebody stepped into my life and saved my life. I'm in recovery. I've been dosing. And guys, I got into recovery through faith-based recovery. The people who helped me were faith-based. That's how I got here. I still go to Tulsa meetings and I go to church. This is not an argument about religion. All right, it's not an argument about faith. There's a spiritual component to everything we all do in this room. You can like it, dislike it, say it exists, it does. It does. And we have to address that. But guys, we can't do it if the kids are dead. And so, before I let you guys have the floor, I'm going to tell you why method. Okay? Method goes to Cherry Road. Has 1.5 million drug interactions. It causes heart rhythm disturbances. It's hard as heck to dose right from the start. And with fentanyl, some of these kids, it's the only way they can live. Because people relapse because of cravings. You don't relapse because you get dope sick. Now, when you're dope sick, you want drugs, you go hungry. But if you get through that dope sickness, you think, well, I'll be fine. Okay, but you're not, because cravings are what gets you down the road. You run into acute, you accuse your brain, and you're there before recall you had the last time you used it, now you use it again. So it's about cravings. And cravings are dependent on tolerance. How high does your tolerance get? I told you I took 500 milligrams of oxycontin a day. If I did that right now tonight in Rickman, y'all would be in CDR. I die. So how come I didn't die that day? I built up to it over time. Tolerance builds. So here's the problem with fentanyl. These kids' tolerances are so high that we can't control them with things. You got 2 treatment programs, you know, you got Teen Challenge and the health center. Do great work. I said, all day long, every day. Right, every day. You got that great problem with it. You do. And there will be patients that I stand in the health center and there will be patients I stand in the Teen Challenge. I guarantee it will happen. It will happen. This is not an end-all be-all. Medicine is not an end-all be-all. Guys, it's the only thing that keeps these kids alive right now sometimes. I've yet to talk to one parent that's lost a child that said, hey, Steve, I'm glad my kid's dead, rather than on medication. I've never heard that. If there's one thing somebody talk to you after, so I won't see what I say. I've never heard it. We've got to keep the kids alive. If we can keep them alive over a period of time and get them into a treatment program, can they come off? Yeah. If they don't make any changes in their life, can they come off? No. If all you do is take a pill and you go about your life, like you always have, what are your chances coming off? Almost zero. Almost zero. If you take medication and you follow through with a comprehensive treatment program and you got community support, can you come off from medication? And there's no doubt about it. But we have to look at ourselves with that. We're going to be willing to step into this community, or we're going to provide housing, or we're going to provide mental health needs and all these folks need. And I tell you that I think we will. So I'm optimistic. I have never treated a single patient in my life said, hey, you're going to get on this the rest of your life. Not one. Not one. Does everybody come off? No. Because we don't make a behavioral change that we need in order to do so down the road. So medication is not going to be a drug that cures addiction. It's not going to happen. Can we give you medication and get the needle out of your arm? Yes, we can. If really Jesus works, so we there. So that's the reason for methadone. If fentanyl hadn't come along, I said it 10 years ago that I thought methadone would be a thing of the past. But I didn't see fentanyl, right, guys? When I talk about fentanyl, I'm talking about power fentanyl, made in China, brought in the United States, through all different routes, pressing the pills and adulterated into what these kids and adults are using, and a lot of times don't know it. And I'll close with this. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take cold medicine. If I relapse on the way home tonight, because I can stop the package so we're going to sit back on the way home, I'm telling you why I got a driver's license, I got money. If I relapse tonight on alcohol, I'm 56 years old, I don't have anything else wrong with me, it'll take 20 years of hard drinking to kill me. If I get hold of all guilt tonight, I'll die tonight. And that's what you're facing here. And guys, I wish there was better answers. There will be better answers. There are things in the pipeline that I know that are coming along that there will be better answers, but it's not going to replace recovery. It's not going to replace community. It's not going to replace the things that can challenge, and it hopes that it does, because that's about changing people's lives. So, with that said,
you please shut them back.
oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the problem is, the stuff up here, we brought it to the office,
got it here. I know there's a lot of people passionate, there's a lot of people want to yell, scream, I took a lot of those phone calls, okay? I love each and every one of you guys here, all right? I'm asking you one favor. Let's act decent tonight. I know there's passion. We set a 3-minute time limit for speakers at our county court, so that we're not here at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, because I want each and every one of you guys to have an opportunity to speak. I'm going to put a 3 minutes time, and I think that's fair. Act decent. If you start cussing, yelling, screaming, I will take the mic away, because there's a lot of ladies and children here that does not need to hear that.
Amen.
Okay? Let's keep the amens and hallelujahs to a minimum and let the person talk so that we can, and I understand, hey, I'm a preacher, a pastor for a long time. I love to hear amens and hallelujahs, okay? But let's let the person speak and let them answer. Let's let them answer, okay? Don't yell and scream, please. Keep it decent. Because one thing they're doing, they come here because we asked them to. Okay? We start treating them like they're dogs, they'll pick up and leave, and you're sitting here going, what just happened? Okay? Let's have decency, please. Thank you. One at a time. If I will. Matt, if you will be the first, if you want to speak, and, okay.
First of all, I thank you for coming over to the county. As you can tell, very engaged community. It's a beautiful community. And I thank you for that. And you will listen to all these people. I believe one of the big things that you touched on is that we do have our organization. We have a Hope Center recently now. I believe a big disconnect that we're not really getting put together is, so how do they transition from the Suboxone, the methadone, and so forth? How do they get from pills to recovery? Rather than let's get them off one addiction and put them on another.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words too. That's the most common that you get when you're switching one drug for another. And in some ways you are, right? Taking somebody off a drug that can kill them right now and get them on something that's not going to kill. So right off the bat, you've got a benefit for keeping them alive. But the way this works is that whenever people are addicted, they lose access. Sorry, Paul. They lose access to this part of the brain right here. It's the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is responsible for insight, judgment, and empathy. Okay? And so people who are using it lose access to the frontal lobe of the brain. So they don't have insight, they don't have judgment, they don't have empathy. So if you've ever dealt with somebody who's an active addiction, you can see that. Like they're making a decision like what the world they're thinking. The truth is they're not. Like they don't have access to the frontal lobe of the brain. With time, okay, as they go through the treatment process, they're not going to get there just taking the pill. That's not going to happen. But if they're involved in a recovery program and they're working on changing their life, they're working on changing mental health, working on their mental health, then the frontal lobe starts to come up back in line. It takes about 2 years, sometimes it can happen quicker. But you got to be doing these other things in order for that to happen. So when you get somebody making significant changes in their life, they start to have insight and judgment as a result of the therapy that they're getting, then that's when you're looking at bringing somebody off medication and you simply try to titrate it down. The medication, this is the key for medication, guys. It's one thing. It's one thing. You have to keep them alive. That's it. You got to keep them alive.
I'm going to break this down. The true position is the Lord. Methadone almost took my life. It did take life my family. There's no drug, no cure when it comes to a drug that will help anybody. It takes no Jesus. I laid in a cold jail cell, proud to the back when they're ready to die coming off that stuff. And I'm going to ask you a question. Are you on it right now?
No, man.
How long was you on it?
I'm very young.
You've never been on it. Sorry, stop answering. Let me take you over here to the county coroner's office and show you how many died of Suboxone in 70 cans.
not so much medicine over. Why did you guys set up this clinic without, before you reached out to the community?
That's an easy one. We haven't set up.
Yeah!
I saw some stuff that my guys told me about the internet. It's not that, we get to talk to you. That's why we're here now. So that's the answer. It hasn't been so long. I just told them
A lot of people here don't know me. My name is Rickman, and I'm 24 years recovered. I have a master's degree in addictions and recovery. 7 years experience working with addicts. 3 of those years I spent working in a methadone clinic. My very first 3 years, because that was the only place I hired somebody with a bachelor's degree. And I sat in there and watched them every day. Only 2 people came out. Only 2 in 3 years. 2 people walked out of there in recovery. When I started, I was told it would be caseloads of 50 patients. I think the lowest caseload I had was within the first 3 weeks of me being there at 55 patients. And then, when I left, I had 95 on my caseload, running 3 report groups a week, and doing 2 to 3 intakes a week. I was working there through the height of the heroin epidemic when it started, because the doctors stopped prescribing opiates. I watched them come in sick, dope sick, off of 5 or 6 pills a day, send them home. Don't get sick on your couch because this is a whole new beast. You don't need this, I promise you that. 12 hours per day I spent per week I spent in groups. 12 hours per week I spent doing intakes. I had 95 people on my caseload. Now, regulations state that you have to do 4 hours of therapy per month for the first 3 months that the person is in treatment, and then 2 hours of therapy per month for the next 3 months until they're there for more than 6 months out of the year. They're only supposed to be in there for 18 months. Then they're supposed to be titrated out. But I had 95 people, 15 new. So if I had 15 new patients, that's 60 hours that I was spending a week with the new patients. Well, that would be the halfway there. Let me think, let me get my glasses, hold on. Yeah, 60 hours with the new, 30 hours with the 6 months, and then another 71 that I was supposed to be spending 12 hours, an hour a month with. All right, that's 173 hours. A 40-hour week is only 160 hours a month. That didn't include the groups and the intakes. You can't keep people working in these centers because they're not helping people. They don't get all of the help that they need. I don't care how much you sit up there and dance and crazy. This is nothing but a government-driven throwback. I will be a drug dealer for the government.
There was a question in there somewhere, so I'm so that is the question. So the things that she described are absolutely true. So if you look at the clinics that I talk about here, particularly clinics that are owned by private equity groups, they overburden the staff that's trying to do behavioral work. This is our first methadone clinic with Cedar recovery. And the reason we got into this space is a lot of the reasons we're
in front of us, talked to us, as long as we got from last year to try to do this, they warned everybody. But you just admitted you treated patients while high on opioids, and we're supposed to trust you. I don't understand that. I think it should be medical. I don't think you have it. You should be in prison for it. But I'm not arguing with the source it doesn't work or, you know. The thing is, we all live in this community. We live with addicts. We know them. We're all related to them. We love them. They're known here. They're from here. You're going to be treating people. You're going to be bringing people from all over counties. We're a growing community, whether we like it or not. Rickman is growing. And thanks to our label, but you know, families back here that are buying houses or rehabbing these houses or they're building their community, making it pretty. Frankie Dixon's building.
We're also not the people who are stripped down what it is, stand on the building, how to pass away. That's all. All right. My name's and you guys for coming here and taking a seat. And you've got a long history of recovery, and I did a lot of research on you. So kudos to the work you've done. I respect you guys for coming here and do this. But I will say I'm a pastor in this community. I'm a business owner. I've got over 80 employees. I employ in this community. I'm a father and a husband, and I worry about my kids, right? Because me myself, I was addicted to oxycontin for many years. I traded in for methadone for many years. I traded in for Suboxone for many years. I just kept trading in just like I did cars, right? I kept trading in one thing for another, but I never got true freedom. And so I was still enslaved the entire time. And the problem with these programs is that we continue to go on and on and on, as you talked about. A lot of people don't come out. But the effects of that, you know, I saw the effects on my friends who overdosed, my friends who robbed my mom of her methadone, overdosed on it and died. My mother who declined for years taking methadone, she's still an addict today. I've seen the effects, not just and I know that fentanyl is bad. I know that fentanyl is horrible right now. But I can't help but ask the question, is this not worse when you bring it into a community? Maybe as a whole across the country, I've read all the studies, I know all the studies. I've been in addiction ministry for a long time, and so I know what the studies say. But is it not bad for the community that it's in? Because what I've seen when I went to methadone clinics is that those communities were just tormented by crime and by abuse and by people selling drugs on the street. And so it may be good for the greater cause, but I don't think it's good for this community. And I would ask you guys to reconsider coming to this community, because I think who in here supports this clinic coming in? Would you raise your hands? Good, thank you.
He had a question for me, so I didn't want to address it. When you look at clinics across the country, you've done this for a long time, a lot of ways they're distributed, that is the way they're treating people. When I got involved in this and came to Nashville to write the rules, that's what we're trying to change. And we want to treat people with dignity and respect no matter what, and that's what we're going to do. That's why the three things behind this, and we're going to continue. And I get that. I never thought about that, as a whole, because it is absolutely They don't. Guys, they're scared. And this is what I'm talking about. Please let me finish. I'm going to let you come up here and talk. You can let me finish. So, okay, that's fine too. I can do that if that's what you like. So you've got people out there who are actually doing well, but don't want to say anything because they don't want to face the backlash. And I don't get the feelings of this crowd. I know you don't like me. That's fine. But you've got people in your community, and I'll guarantee you're running. I'll let you talk. If you look at these people in the community who are on medication, you run into them every day. You don't know. Because that's what I'm talking about with community. The first guy, the last guy said, I should be in jail. Gosh, she's probably right. Right? I mean, we had one of our patients at Cedar that goes to one of your churches, and one of the pastors was talking about it in his church, and the kid got all gripey or got shaky with his own recovery. And the problem there is if he goes out and uses, he dies. Okay, so there's consequences for this stuff, guys. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just one quick thing. Please, I know we're passionate. Everybody deserves a chance to speak. And if we're rude, vulgar, they're not going to let everybody speak. Everybody deserves a chance to speak. Okay? Just bear with us. I know we want to yell, scream, throw stuff. Just bear with us, okay? Everybody gets a chance to speak.
Give them 3 minutes, let everybody get it. Why can't we listen to us? We listen to them. How long does it have to begin with?
Hi, my name is Jonathan Stevens. You all know me here. I was one of the biggest drug addicts here. I was one of the biggest dope sellers here. I was one of the biggest thieves here in this county. I brought many people in this crowd. I've sold many drugs to many people in this crowd. Methadone is one of the worst drugs I've ever took in my life. I was on it for 15 years. Every single day of those 15 years, I stuck methadone in the needle, put it in my arm. Till to this day, I ain't been on methadone since 2015, and I still wear a long sleeve shirt every day because I'm embarrassed what methadone did to my body. Every morning I wake up looking in the mirror, I look to see what methadone did to my teeth. Everybody that I know that took methadone has lost their teeth. Every single one. I've got many family members, I've got many friends that have died of methadone. We would leave at 12 o'clock at night to go to Georgia, Rossville, Georgia, to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning so we could be first in line to get our methadone. They didn't open until 7. We sat there for 4 hours just to get our dose. That's how addictive methadone is. Before we would leave the parking lot, we'd be high as a kite. It's only because of Jesus that I didn't kill 30, 40 people on the way back here. And that's right. 80% of your patients will not be from this community. They will drive here. Guess what's going to be on your street when they leave this methadone clinic? Guess what's going to be going down 111 at 78 miles a gallon? Guess what's going to be in your community breaking in, stealing, robbing people to afford their methadone? There's one. If you go look at Rossville or Volunteer Clinic in Chattanooga, all you gotta do is take a trip down there. You'll see what the methadone clinic does to the community. Just look and see. Needles laying everywhere, trash laying everywhere, drug addicts passed down the parking lot. That's what's going to be in Rickman, Tennessee if this methadone clinic comes here. I promise you. Before I ever touch methadone again, I'd put a bullet in my head. That's how strong methadone is. I hate it. It's methadone. Fentanyl, you are right. Fentanyl is one of the worst drugs, but methadone is right below it. Coming off of methadone, when I went to the clinic, I went to Cedar Mission Bible School to get off of methadone. You know how long my withdrawals lasted? Coming off of methadone? 4 months. 4 months. I heard the same as I did day one. Coming off of oxys and stuff, you know how long my withdrawals was coming off? Less than a week. Methadone 10 times worse than, it's basically the same as heroin. Let's just be true. It's heroin. That's all it is. It's a generic form of heroin. That's what it is. But if it's wanted in this community, you're going to see what Roscoe Chattanooga, that's what it's going to be right here in Rickman. And you better hope and pray that no one of them don't rape and kill one of your family members. You better hope and pray that one of the houses they break into to fund this stuff, or to go buy their methadone. Because I'm telling you, they got to pay for it. The whole time I was on methadone, it worked. I robbed people. I robbed many of you. I robbed my own brother, my own sister, my own mom, my own dad, my own family. I'm telling you right now, methadone is the devil's drug. That's what it is. And I'm just going to put it right here. I love Daddy Butler. I love Darno. My Uncle Phil is the commissioner here. If you just want your job, you better fight and do whatever you just want to do to get this out of here. If you want to bring away I'm telling you right now. I'm going to you right. So if you don't want to be in this community, you better do what you got to do to keep it away. Or you're going to have your job.
There's kind of a question in there. So, the city promises you that our clinic will look like Rossville, Georgia, and volunteer in Chattanooga. I promise you it won't. You can mark that all you want. We have a long track record of this. And I am not with people in Rossville, Georgia, and I am not with people in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee guy. We're going to help our places in a facility that you would take your kids to. It's going to look like a place you go to the doctor, guys. You're holding me responsible for other people's actions. I can't talk with y'all. We're different right there. We're different in the facilities that we bring our patients into, and we're different in how we feel in our hearts and care about people. That's how. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm Bill Davis. I'm also a business owner in this county. One thing that I'm here for, and one thing only, is I have failed. I have failed Jed Stevens, who was an employee of mine for several years that was addicted to that drug. I failed him. Why? I failed him because I didn't understand his addiction. He's now the director of the Hope Center, which is doing great things. I'm here tonight because I failed Jed. I didn't understand what addiction truthfully was. I always looked at it with him, with my brother, which can't be here tonight. My brother got married in 2007 because of methadone. I watched my brother struggle with addiction from the time that he was 14 years old. He done pretty much everything that was out there, year in, year out. Continued just to spiral. Then he was introduced to methadone and Suboxone. I watched my brother's addiction spiral. And when I say spiral, why? Because it was a free drug to him. He used to go down towards Nashville and up towards Knoxville to get it. Conned my dad into taking him to get it because he didn't have a driver's license. But the reason I'm here tonight is because of that. I failed Jed, I failed my brother. I failed him in the way that I'm raising his 17-year-old daughter right now that don't know who her daddy was because of his addiction to methadone. There's no child out there that should have to do that should have to look at me. I'm her dad now, but I'll never be her dad. In order to see her dad, she gets to go stare at a tombstone, all because of that drug. All because my brother made that choice and paid the price. So there's a heavy, heavy price to pay with this drug being brought into this community. What we need to worry about is these people. Your daughters, your sons, your mom, your dad, your uncles. That's who we've got to pay attention to. It ain't about this money racket that it is. Like you said, it's a money-making business. It is. It should be about these souls. It should be about the souls of these people that are Would it be the same as it is today? No, it won't.
No,
Why?
you answered that for me, so.
Well, you don't have to, I know what it is.
No, you don't get to talk for me, so I do get to
I
answer
know what the
that.
answer should be.
Well, that's your truth, I have mine, and we'll disagree, disagree.
We can absolutely do that, but what I'm here for is because of the truth about the drug, which killed my brother, which killed my cousin, both at 32-year-old.
I never want that to happen. This, stories like that, and they're heartbreaking. I don't want that for any community. I don't want that for him or anybody else. I don't care if you agree with it or disagree with it. That's not the goal, and I can't answer the question. I'm sorry, before you get started, it's a little quieter now, so I'm going to answer the last question. I'll get to you, okay? So when you hear stories like that, and stories of people injecting, the clinic that's doing what they need to has to catch stuff like that. They don't catch it because they're not looking for it. And so somebody over here asked me how we're different on that. We look for that stuff because if somebody's still putting a needle in their arm, they're not on the path to recovery, and what we're doing is not working for them. They need something else. They need a higher level of care. And a lot of times, the higher level of care is going to be in places that they can go and stay for longer periods of time. So it can challenge you actually get to stay for a year. The Hope Center, you have long periods of time that you can stay there. So you have to be addressing your patient and then looking to see the level of care that they need. Places like they're talking about, and they're angry, they're upset, and I get it because they weren't trying to help them in recovery, they're just taking money. And that's not what we do. And I can say, oh, yelling back there, I don't care. It's not what we do. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So my name is Cora Wilson. I was born and raised here in Rickman. My mom was a member of the community. And I just had a quick question, actually. I was going to say, I'm going to tell you my comments, but I have a few questions for that. Fellow need to come up and ask these questions because I have maybe a perspective or a point of view that others don't. So my first question is, what is the credential so that everybody will be working in your place?
So there's things about state governments, all of their if they're seeing basically she gets I'm the vice president. And try to get on the other.
Last question in particular, do you have any, or anyone in your clinic have any disciplinary action against the license? And your patient load data, if this was considered as over 2 counties, what would that look like?
Therapists, it would be, oh, you probably know more, but let me tell you this. Our clinic in Newport has about 350 patients, and it's, a lot of them have gone so far into the program, they have a lot of take-homes now. And so on a daily basis, it's about 150 patients. Rickman and Overland County is roughly the size of Cobb County. It's a little bit bigger, so I would anticipate somewhere in that number. It's a guess.
I just want to add a couple things to that. So Dr. not just a proponent of medication by any means. We'll have a nurse practitioner who we need to hire. We'll have a licensed practical nurse who we need to hire. We'll have therapists, and I think the most important to the treatment that we do is our certified peer recovery specialists that have lived experience and that walk along the path with these people to help keep them in recovery. So I want to make sure. And one other thing to address on. So in our certificate of need application, we anticipate the first year we would probably treat around 90. And in the second year, probably around 200 is what we anticipate. Right now in our proposed service area, there are 116 people getting methadone today in our proposed service area that are going to Knoxville and Nashville and Chattanooga. We don't anticipate all those people will come to us, but we do think probably 80% within the first year because they're probably going to drop that far.
Only go one more step on that, I'm sorry. When we get the patient and we evaluate the level of need that they do, and I don't know your name, but if you're my patient and you come in, you don't automatically go on methadone. It's called ACM criteria, and so you look at the level of care that your patient needs based on the history that the patient gives you. So that's what we do. We practice evidence-based medicine. And I don't know how to tell you any different because a lot of what was said up here, I get it because I've seen it. It's why we've got involved in the regulatory aspect of this in the first place. It's how I got to Nashville. So go ahead, sorry.
Last question, really. It's been asked before, but I don't think it was directly answered. But you said that Overton County was your area because it's what you qualify with. But within Overton County, there are several towns. There's even the city of Lansing. So why Rickman specifically?
Oh, you want to you run off?
I am so sorry. It's a big question.
Do you want to know why Rickman?
Well, specifically, I was looking at Overton County through all this, and so as I mentioned earlier, it's in the center of our proposed service area, which is 12 miles. I apologize, I did not hear that first part. Specifically, the property that we found, meet all the criteria we're looking for. It's a big diesel, the barbecue place, and it's a standalone building. It's not a shopping center. It's not just why not open to the public. We wanted there to be a privacy level of this too. That's the reason we chose that. And again, that specific property.
One last question to that. So you said Rickman specifically because the property met your criteria, but Rickman itself has no medical care outside of what you're proposing with this clinic. So why, again, Rickman and these individuals, specifically the doctor who would be here doing this, would they also be available to work at our local hospital at Livingston? Seriously, you're coming into rural community, so how much are you truly willing to step up and help in this rural community?
That's a great question. That's a really good question. I appreciate that. So right now, our medical providers, they don't just treat addiction. We have a mental health program that we're handling. We treat hepatitis C. People present, we treat it. If people have other co-occurring issues or co-occurring, if we can't treat it, we make sure that they get access to that. We make sure that transportation for our peer support people are important. We have an addiction consultation service that hospitals call us and say, hey, how do I help this patient? We have a regional, Vanderbilt, Wilson County, Vanderbilt, Bedford County. We've been asked by 2 more regions to even have one with them. That our providers are available to those hospitalists and those patients that need help to get them where they need to go. So yes, ma'am, we're 100% community partner.
The two biggest reasons that people struggle with addiction when they start to get into recovery is other drugs, right, and then untreated mental health issues. So we have to have access to mental health treatment in rural areas across the state of Tennessee. And your elected officials will tell you this. We really struggle with that. So it's a focus. The other thing is whenever you use injection drugs, you're high risk of hepatitis C and HIV. And you can sit here in this room right now and say, well, I'm not at risk of those things because I don't stick a needle in my arm. You're absolutely at risk of those things because you're at risk because of circulating virus in your community. And if you get hurt and you have to go to the hospital to get a blood transfusion, your likelihood of getting a blood transfusion is directly related to circulating viral load. So what I'm trying to tell you is we don't live in isolation, and we provide a lot of basic medical care that folks don't have otherwise because they don't have doctors that see it. Okay, sir. I do what's there.
I'm not mad yet. I am mad. I'm last time, outpatient treatment, and boxes and stuff like that, methadone. And we have found, methadone tried to come in delivery. You don't see one there. Did not come. Now, this property, I know you're going to keep it clean. You've got to, my goodness. You'll keep it clean. Russell Long down here in the field on Sunday morning, the one's got to clean up. Down those ditch lines and everything, the one's got to clean up. You're going to keep that good spot. I know that. But you also stated that you were headed to abatement. Yes, sir. Well, why? All this medical treatment, give them a fire, another treatment, face-to-face, any treatment, oh, they will. Now, this here, in Rickman, we may not be the sharpest thing around, but we know what a fox garden chicken coop is. We know that. I go to a different program. My program, you don't have a good one, understand? Total abstinence. Total abstinence. All drugs and alcohol. I've been down there 36 years. It's not a face back. Well, it is face back. It's not for our power. I'm a face in the house. These are our power. And we go there. We have those meetings up there. And people come to there. The drug court. Oh, it's good on them. They come there. But this is, and also there's a statement that there's no more smoking friends around. Yes, there is here. Oh, I don't know how many, but I know one billboard, doctor and son, Jesus men. And his son does nothing but subscribe to box. And I love it. But anyway, there's a couple more treatment centers on the box somewhere. We've got it. We've got them. And you mentioned another thing, this kind of caught me out. Now, whoever said that, if you're been on spot, no. If you don't know what you don't know. Somebody been on cancer, you ever had cancer? Yeah. No, you don't know jack about cancer. We see the results. We see the results of withdrawal from methadone. And one thing, I don't know who's going to watch here. You mentioned 3 drugs that you were bringing in here that I know of in here. It's getting around somewhere. You mentioned Suboxone, methadone, syrup. You want to bring that here? I miss that place. They do big potatoes and everything on it. Barbecue place. I wish it was back there too. But, I mean, I don't know. You can't call it wrong time. I don't know how to call it. But this is not it. You know the things you say you pay for, you don't pay for an addict on nothing. You don't rule an addict. An addict will rule you. I'd like to sit down with somebody. We dictate the deal. We all think, I thought, oh, I'm doing so good, I'm doing so good. How's that guy pay? I've got him straightened out. Yeah, we tried to kill food last night. I mean, stuff like that. That stuff this year is just not ready. It'll never be ready, but it sure is ready now. And I appreciate you coming up here too. I'm dealing in business too, not 36 years now. But that stuff, there's still people going to Chattanooga getting it. That's not. How come they're not taken off? How come they're not cut off? How long you can stay on it? If I see the same car there 6 months in a row, I'm going to say, what the hell? You ain't doing nothing but screaming them out and getting that money. Get the money. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not bad for anything. I'm just, stuff like that. If you're the box garden chicken house, you need to move the chickens to get a different box.
All right, so I've heard the box garden chicken house a couple of times. I'm going to ask you a question. I got appointed to the chair of the Open Banking Council because of my experience across the state of Tennessee. It's a totally separate deal from what I have right now, because we have to have all hands on deck. I I didn't come in here and tell you, hey, you need to do this because the Hope Center and Teen Challenge don't work. That's not what I feel. I never said that. Stop putting those words in my mouth. Those things work. They work really good. They give people their life back. No, they don't give them their life back. They give them a life that they didn't have to start with. It's a different life. And those are really, really good things. And our Open Debate Council absolutely believes in abstinence-based therapy. We believe in any path it takes. Guys, I am a life guy. If I have to give you something right now to save your life, I am going to. I don't care. Methadone and buprenorphine in patients with opioid use disorder has a 70% mortality benefit. That means that 70% of people that would have died otherwise won't. I can't stand it. I want everybody to live like I live. I get up every morning, I don't have to take a pill. I love that. That's my goal for my patients. I can't help what they do with Chattanooga. That Chattanooga is not me. My goal is my patients to live like me. Go ahead.
Hey, Dr. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you know words or not, but you said it's very nice.
Yes, sir.
And there's a cookie box in that.
Actually, I wasn't on Suboxone, but it was used as a detox medication when I was in detox.
Okay, I want to ask you about a thing you made back in December 23rd, 2020.
Okay.
You said medically assisted treatment is the only proven way to save lives.
Right.
Can you explain it to me?
Yes, and the reason for that is because there's not many studies on abstinence-based treatment. So if you look at abstinence-based treatment, a lot of it is 12 steps. So so I'm an AA guy. I've been going to AA for a long time. And so it's an anonymous program. So in order to study something, you've got to have two populations, and you've got to know who they are, and you've got to follow them over a period of time. So it's really hard to do studies on people when it's anonymous. Do I believe abstinence-based programs have saved lives? And yeah, we've seen several of them here tonight and mine. What I said is, from a medication standpoint, that those are the only things that are shown to improve mortality, and that is true. Yeah.
I don't know, I was addicted to opiates and stuff for roughly 30 years, long time, my bad. I'm in recovery for 3 years now. And when I read that statement, I thought, how can he make a statement like this? Because, go ahead.
No, you pointed out it's good. The reason is that you and I came through abstinence-based programs. When we go to meetings and things that we go to, you don't even have to tell them your name. Practically most of the time people first name or anything. So they don't do studies on that. I would love to see money sunk into studies that show, how do people do with this form of treatment versus this form of treatment. And the reason I said that those don't exist, those are things that we need to know and we need to look at.
There's over 2 million members of South It's meeting in 180 countries, 116,000 groups, and they have roughly, they meet in 143 countries, over 1 million members. I mean, there's good studies done. Just because you don't get somebody's last name, that's kind of embarrassing. Another thing I want to ask you, this particular meeting in why you picked Overton County. Overton County ranks 25th in the prescribing of opioids. There's 24 other counties. That's 12% over the state average. Okay. But those stats are kind of misleading because our doctors here, they don't prescribe opioids generally. Those statistics are from citizens that go to other places, like your places and stuff, and they get their prescriptions and they come back home and fill them at their hometown pharmacy. So, I don't understand how you say we need this here. I just don't understand. I mean, granted, Suboxone, maybe the methadone, subcutaneous, whatever you're talking about, is the lesser of two evils, but it's still evil. You know what I mean? When I was raised, I was told the only thing in me to succeed is for good people to do nothing. That's why the truth is good people. We appreciate you, but we don't need you here. We don't need you here. And you talk about the flood. You talk about the flood stuff. Is that guy up there? come around county, you know, we take care of our own here, and I think we're talking about hen houses. We don't put foxes in charge of hen houses for 3 reasons. We know what foxes do. There are hen houses, so we take care of our own hens. But I appreciate you coming.
Yes, ma'am.
In my line of work, I have to show data.
I'm sorry, I can't hear it.
If I work with school systems, and I have to show data. I take names off. If I have reports, if I run reports about your students and things like that, I take the names off. So that I still have those numbers. So you've got that beautiful board there. Do you have data to show us, like the clinics that you have? How many people have gone out their clinics? You have data about the names on them.
We have data on our patients. Our patients do really, really well. What do we have?
So where's your numbers, is what I'm asking? Like, you're saying they do well, but like for me, if I get up in front of a bunch of people, they want me to have my numbers on that board.
Right.
So where's your numbers, is my question.
I didn't bring numbers with this, but, you know, I don't know what to tell you about that. Here's the thing. I wish that we could hold on to our patients what they're doing. I'll get to that. Right. We haven't done any outcome studies on our patients. We have things that we measure on how their lives are getting better and health on purpose in the community, and we look at that longitudinally. So I don't come in here and show you numbers. What percentage of patients have I worked with through the years that have gotten COVID off medication? I would say somewhere around 20%.
My question would be, where's your proof?
Right.
If I get up in front of the people in my school system, I can't just say I think this works,
Right.
or I think our students are getting better. I know things work too, but when I get in front of them, they want the numbers on the board and I want my proof. And so that's what I'm asking. Where's your proof? That's all I'm saying. It's not that we're going to do anything to show us this proof.
We need that. We need outcomes.
That's all I wanted to ask. Do we have proof?
I don't know the show. Their mind pretty much made up of where they stood. No, we definitely have data and outcomes that I am sure. So one thing that we're tracking right now is social determinants of health. As Dr. Lloyd talked about that, we definitely have outcomes. If you want specific outcomes, as the people that have tapered off of this medicine, I can get you numbers. If you'll get with me after this, I'll send them to you. We definitely track data to those that are part of the program. And so I have to match it up with how long they were there, what their counseling notes and all that stuff. So I can give you that number. But if you want to know about how people are doing from their social terms of health and retention and care and those kind of things, I can definitely get you that.
It is. One of the problems in addiction medicine right now is lack of outcomes. So if you look at that, it's one of the things we're trying to change with the Open Maintenance Council. Is we're putting money into communities across the state. We want to know how you can measure your outcomes. So right now, if you're having heart disease, you have a heart procedure, you know what your outcome is because there's been double-blind placebo-controlled studies that have been published in medical journals to tell you that. For addiction medicine, that doesn't exist. And that's what we're trying to do going forward. That's great.
Just a quick question. You said there's 22 facilities in Tennessee right now?
Correct.
And there was okay. You said something earlier that you said something earlier that piqued my interest. You said that how many of those are owned by private equity?
19 or 22.
Okay, I'm curious in my world in business companies I work for and stuff. There's lots of places being bought out by private equity, and they're in for one thing, and that's money.
facilities are not attached to actual medical facilities, the hospital or an actual doctor's office.
Yeah.
So why is that?
And the reason that it's usually fun is because it's stigma. And so, the reason that these places aren't attached to hospitals is because of the stigma associated with it. So he's exactly right. What ideally what you would like is you would like to be a part of the medical community. So I knew that addiction medicine would get where it needed to be whenever the place that treats addiction is inside the hospital complex. And that's really the ideal. How come it's not? Because people don't go into their backyard.
My question is, what is your statistics on people that tried your Suboxone, methadone and stuff that's coming off here? What's the statistics of them not returning back to drugs they was on to get rid of the drug?
It's too low. I don't know the number, but that's why I led with what I led with. Medication is.
Hey, don't get mad, this is why you're here. You hear what we're going to say and answer our questions, but don't get frustrated. But my thing is, we have to get
Ladies and gentlemen, I may get tired of what I'm about to say, but they are here out of respect for y'all. You have had some people have had your piece, and some people are complaining because they're not getting their voices heard because they continue to be interrupted. Please allow them to speak. I'm not here on any level. I'm trying to control this situation before it gets out of hand. He's trying to give you information. Sir, please. Have you had your chance to speak? I'm actually finishing right now. Sir, okay. How about this? Would you like to leave the building? No, I'm just trying to figure it out. Let me explain. Let me explain. I'm trying to get everybody to get to the level. Okay? We can't continue these conversations if we continue to be talked over. Is that correct? I mean, honestly, I'm not here for any side. I'm just trying to get us through the night. Okay? Please.
You won't have this problem. The law office right here will donate 100% of the cost to take care of it. Just incorporate Rickman, pull the money out of this end of the county. You've got all these businesses here. You've got 3 factories going in up here. That's only multi-million-dollar establishments. You can list off to every bit of this.
Let's stay on task.
But that's what we don't want to do.
Let's let them speak, please. We asked them to come here, and they have come here. And I assure you, standing in that position, I'm not for this. I live here. I asked them to come here. Stephen Barlow asked them to come here. Please be respectful. I told them the very first time I met with them that Jesus was the answer to drug recovery. But we've had enough respect for one another to have a civil discussion. So please, give them a chance to answer the questions and everyone a chance to speak. That's all I'm asking. At the end of the day, I'm still not going to be for this. You're still not going to be for this. But give them an opportunity to answer the questions, and everybody that's standing in line over here an opportunity to say their piece. Please, thank you.
Sir, to answer your question in terms of how many people present to our program and don't return to use of other illicit substances, right? So every time you come in, you're getting drug tested. We're doing confirmation drug screens and things as well. In order to appropriately evaluate that, we have to look at retention and treatment. How long are you staying retained with us? That's where we have to start. So right at the 6-month mark, around half of the patients are still with us and don't go back out on the streets. After 1 year, about 43% of patients are still with us and they've not been back on the streets. And I have that data to show.
That's really, and I'm sorry to call Paul out the exact numbers because I treat patients and they follow numbers. But the success rates we've had are still things to go along with it. It's still too low. I can tell you that we have a jail program in East Tennessee, in Jefferson County, and we utilize medication in the jail program. We've had about 150 patients come through in the last 2 years in Jefferson County, Tennessee. We've retained about 85% of those patients in treatment, and only 6 of them have been rearrested and haven't had any overdose deaths. So we've had some success, but the truth is it's still too low.
So with that question, most people here don't know me. My name is Cedar. If you're from Putnam County, you do know. I was strung out on dope for a very long time. I've done heroin and meth at the same time for 10 years. Every time I've done one, I've done another. I tried to make it good. Everybody thought I was doing good. I was doing clean, but it was a mask. And you said that you drug tested when you come in. They drug tested me too. Guess what? I stopped at the gas station and bought this little bottle for $16. I didn't get it, and then I turned around and I took your methadone in your box, and I waited 30 minutes before I walked in. I peeked in your cup and I passed. You know, that's the whole thing. An addict is a manipulator. The only one that can discern is God Himself. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story right here. People don't really know the truth, and I can show you this. I've actually got 3 now in my truck that I show people when I do this. Big black lady. What's like a little people. I tried your methadone. I tried your sponsors. I done that for 17 months. But I hurt and I prayed so bad. I went back to meth and I went back to heroin. God blessed me. A year later, put me in prison. Turned my life around, and it's over for 6 years. The only way that you can have it is to quit and give your life to God. And you said, and this was your word, I'm not trying to put it in your mouth, I'm trying to be respectful, that you don't have those statistics because you can't study that. I'm going to give you an open door here. I have run the Celebrate Recovery in Rickman at our church, and the thing is, if you want to know these statistics, go to the addict. They don't have to be in a Celebrate Recovery, they don't have to be in an NA program, an AA program, because any one of us is willing to sit down with people outside that program and be open and honest. Because that's what God tells us in His Word, in the Bible. That's the only way to quit the drugs, is by the grace of God. And that's the only reason I'm really here today, is because of you. And I am a business owner in this region. I'm a recent resident of Oakland County, but God has a way to change everything in your life. Methadone is not true.
I appreciate it. I'm glad you come because you look great, by the way.
Work with it. You know, you get hurt on the job, you go to a walking place, $150, you know, whatever you need. You go to the ER, it's $2,000 or $3,000, and you set you up after the money. So, you know, if you're going after Medicare and the insurance, is that pay money? Is that our money?
Yeah, it is. And it is your money. It's all of our money. We have health insurance. Doctors in general don't like Medicare and Medicaid because the reimbursement is lower than going to private insurance. So there's a kind of a desert of doctors that won't treat those patients. And so a lot of small communities across the state of Tennessee are looking at doctors that will treat Medicare and Medicaid patients. And then of course we throw in uninsured because we are a grantee of the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse, so we have funds to treat people who are uninsured as well. And yeah, they are our tax dollars. Yes, sir.
Everybody, I've been here so, hoping, say you're Christian men, right? Do either one of you know how many methadone patients there is?
I can't get it.
Do either one of you know how many methadone You know how many churches is there?
I don't know about every 40 feet. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
How many employees you all put in this thing?
It'll start out with 7 employees.
How many?
7 employees is what it'll start out with.
Anybody in here have any idea how many people go to church here? Do you think that your employees, your Christian people, I mean, you believe in God, right? Okay. I'm not preaching, I know we
I just would say,
couldn't get off.
I do say, I'm only a Christian because of what Jesus did for me on the cross. That's
Can I talk? Can I talk? I gave you your chance.
responded to you.
Thank you, sir. I gave you your chance. Officer said, everybody has their turn. Do you think your employees are going to help more than our local church members? Pray for them. Do you think that your employees are going to do more than our God?
So I've been in church my whole life, and straight, and came back. I've never had God talk to me in a burning bush, or I've never been up on a mountain and had anything carved in stone. I believe it happened because I read it in the Bible. But I do see God in other people. And so, yes, I believe our employees will take good care of our patients, and they'll love them. I'm trying to answer your questions, all right? So, I do believe in the power of prayer. I prayed before I walked in here. I did not want to come in here and do anything other than talk from my heart about what I try to do every day. So I try to do that, and I think that prayer will help. This isn't a contest of one thing over another. It's going to take a community of people to help people into recovery. And that's what I'm here for. So I'm not here to debate you on which thing gives you more of a leg up. I have no idea. But I do believe that God works through other people.
I think our community does. I think our community knows this way does. Our community's been this way for many years. Our children, I got some grandbabies on the way. I work around your clinics. I work with the baby from here with in Rickman, Virginia. I work next door to our business, which I'm not going to say the name of our business, but they shut down our college. You couldn't get in. You'd go into work and you'd be 30 minutes late trying to go up the road to get by them the way to get the medicine. Right? And have to drive right by. Also, the fence would be cut. For them going in and getting our stuff off of our dogs. We shut our business down in the movie because of it. I just say, Rickman has always been Rickman. Overton County's always been Overton County. We've always stood together. We've always been godly people. Our church is stuck together. I don't care which church you go to. We stick together when it comes down to it. This right here, I don't feel like this is being Rickman Tennessee. I'm not saying it don't need to be somewhere else, but the number of our people in Rickman, Tennessee that's on the dose or whatever you want to call it, that you're saying, I don't think that's here. You said you didn't know the number. Get numbers. Get numbers and show us, and maybe we can see the other side. Until then, I don't agree with nothing you say, or you.
My name is David Magley. I own a home here in Rickman. I'm the resident here. And also another home in Kimball, Tennessee. I want to look at this from a very different perspective. I know there's a lot of passionate people in this audience today, and I know you guys are very passionate about what you're doing and the work that you think you're doing in other areas. My question is this. You currently operate a Cedar recovery facility in Cookville, located at 1225 South Willow Avenue. Do you also dispense these medicines at that facility as of today? No, and why not?
Because it's an OBOT, it's an office-based opioid treatment program, which is different from the OTP. So you write a prescription like you would at your office, and you take it to the pharmacy. So it's two different levels of care.
So my follow-up to that would be, if you can't dispense those medicines at an OBOT in Cookville, Tennessee, you had to move somewhere where you could. what other places did you look at?
Overton, Putnam, Jackson, White, those are the 4 counties we looked at.
And you felt like Rickman was gonna be the hub of all your treatment for Suboxone and your other medicines? And you're gonna pull the spokes of that wheel for that hub are gonna come from where?
So the specific
Where's your
address,
service area, what I'm asking?
yes, sir, it's a 50-mile radius from that service
From that
address,
site.
210 Tommy Dodson Highway, so 50-mile radius, 12 miles.
Okay, and how is it that you intend on limiting your patient load to that 50-mile radius? Do you think they're actually gonna be honest and say, I'm from Spencer, or I'm from Tompkinsville, Kentucky? Do you think they're actually gonna, how are you gonna know you're not gonna have characters in here from Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Kentucky, Virginia, everywhere else? And guess where they're gonna come? They're gonna come to this community, this very tight-knit, small, God-fearing community. And this community, by and large, doesn't want you. I think it's safe to say that your business practice, this is a nuisance business. That's what this is. I equate this proposal to a junkyard, maybe even a probation officer, or worse yet, a strip joint, because nobody wants to come, and I see the renderings over here, and they look artfully done, but we all know what's in the building once it's built. And we're going to see it in this community. Just like Mr. Cedar said, you're going to keep your property, but all of these other areas right here are going to be affected by your clientele. And I stop short of calling them patients, and I know that they are patients to you, but they are also clientele, because you guys are not operating as a 501c3 nonprofit, are you? You are a for-profit company. You operate businesses from Clarksville, Lebanon, Columbia. I've done my reading. You got them in Athens, 2 in Knoxville. You got them in Lebanon, Mount Juliet. You moved Mount Juliet, did you not? You moved Mount Juliet. Why did you move Mount Juliet?
We moved it in Nashville, we already had a clinic in Lebanon, and you're right, we do have places, all those places you just named, because we want to bring quality care to places that don't have quality care. So I don't care if we have 100, if we're taking good care there, I don't care, and I'm not here for me. You said to me, I know you all don't like me, I knew that when I grew up. I don't care. I care about the people in this community that need this kind of help, that aren't going to get it, and that's who we're keeping out.
As I said before, this is a nuisance business. This is the optic for your business plan is not good. And I guess you know that, judging by the turnout here tonight. So let me sum up by saying, you are not welcome.
Know that people aren't coming across state lines and stuff. What we're proposing to do is so regulated federally that all patients have to be put into a central registry that is accessed across the United States. And so we'll know if a patient tries to come from outside that radius, which there's nothing stopping people from leaving Overton County, going to Chattanooga or Georgia right now. Right? I mean, people stop from any other parts of Tennessee coming from here either. They're already here. There's 116 of them already here trying to get methadone. And I just want to say I hate it for them that they are so stigmatized that they can't even show up to something like this. Go ahead.
So, Darlene Gore, Billy talked earlier about how as he was taking the methadone, he would not take it, and then he would come to a clinic such as yours and make sure that it was in his system. So what is your policy and procedures to be able to make sure that they don't do that? Because I know that they take it, they sell it to get their drug of choice once they're able to take it home with them. They're on it for a period of time in your clinic, and then you start to send it home with them, correct? Okay, so what is your policy and procedure? How do you keep them from turning around and selling it to get their drug of choice that actually gives them the high that they're needing, because the methadone is no longer giving them that high?
So people who are not opiate naive, meaning that they are taking opioids, if you're dosing them right and taking good care of them, they shouldn't be high. So he was telling that story, I was hurting inside because he was going somewhere whose goal was to take care of them. what we do. You say it's going to the clinics, it's usually, it's actually not, because that's not the kind of clinic we're gonna run. And it's not going to the clinics such as ours, because it doesn't exist yet. The only one that we're proposed to do this is here. So that's not fair to us. But he's going to a clinic that's not looking out for trying to help him into recovery. And I don't know what to tell you other than that. I listened to him, and it was horrible. And he's exactly right. It's like the first lady got up there, she's exactly right. That's what we're trying to stop. We're trying to provide quality care for people to help them get into recovery. That's it. In these places right now, a lot of them don't do it, because they aren't their motives. People say, well, you have no interest because you just need to keep coming in. You know how many people get treated for addiction in the United States? You may know. Out of 10, how many people get treated? You may know. It's 1. 1 in 10. I want to let ourselves out of business. I want to have people in recovery so we don't have to keep doing it. And you can say what you want to about that, but my track record has been that for a very long time. So, Paul, you want to ask your second part of the question?
Yeah, so it's, as you know, regulated federally. So you have to come for 90 consecutive days. And when you walk in, right now, people walk into Cedar Recovery in Cookville, and they don't get care there. They get referred out to partnerships. Volunteer Behavioral Health is one of them. Health Connect America is another one. Just because you walk in our doors, that means you're going to receive our services. So you have to go through assessments, you have to meet criteria and all that. If that's the case, you have to do everything right. Going to counseling, having consistent drug screens for 90 consecutive days before you get 1 day of take home. If in those 90 days that you have a bad drug screen, I want to say that word, I hate that word, I say that inconsistent drug screen, you're not going to your therapy. And our rules are engaging with your peer support specialist as well. You're not getting a take home dose. So we're going to follow and exceed the federal laws on that.
Yeah, the first lady who spoke, I can't remember her name, she talked about the needle marks in her arm. It's unbelievably heartbreaking. Because that means that whoever's taking care of her didn't care enough about her to have her unroll her sleeves and move her arms. Right? It's not what we're talking about doing. We have to help people. If what we're doing is not working, then you need a different level of care. So we've taken a lot of stuff here tonight because of how other people have done this. Who wants to do this? Who wants to come into communities and have people stand there and yell at them and say, you're not welcome? Nobody does. Right? It doesn't feel good. Am I hurt tonight? Yeah, I am. It hurts me when you say that. And it makes me sad. But I'm here for the people that need help that they're not currently getting. I didn't come in here to say we don't need a church. I love the church. Matter of fact, Life Church down on the left is a really awesome good church. I drove in the parking lot earlier. We need that. We need community support to help people in their recovery programs. That's not what we do. So when I listen to these stories, you're going somewhere with a doctor who doesn't care enough about you to have you roll up on your sleeve and roll your arm up and look and see, hey, are you shooting stuff? It's heartbreaking too.
So you're telling me that is your policy and procedure, that every time they come into the clinic, once they take their medication home, you have to roll their sleeves up every single time?
Oh, we check.
And then what else
Way
do
more
they
than their
have?
sleeves. People inject drugs in places that you can't even hardly think about. They inject in their arms, they inject below their collarbones, they inject in their breasts, they inject in their genitalia, they inject in their groin, they inject in their toes. We try to follow that as closely as we can. Now somebody over here was talking about how manipulative it is, and that's not it. I hate that word. Because I believe people are not manipulative, they're desperate and they'll do anything to get their drug. And so when you've got somebody doing that, you have to try to be a step ahead. Are we going to miss people? Yes, we will miss people, but it's not going to be the lack of trying. And if my providers aren't doing that, they're not going to work.
My 3 minutes you told me. So I will follow up with, I work in a corporate company. I know how statistics work, and when you come and say that you don't have numbers, that tells me that you aren't taking care of your business the way that a business is supposed to. So my question to you in this is, where's your infrastructure? I get referrals every day in regard to people needing counseling. Every day I turn people away because there's not enough infrastructure within the Upper Cumberland region. Not just Cookville, not just Rickman. I'm talking Clay County, Central County, all those. I refer these people out, I
with 7 providers.
Well, we'll have a mental health provider for every 50 patients, but the problem that you've outlined is a huge problem.
Absolutely.
Right, it's a huge problem across the state of Tennessee. My friend Michael is not here right now, but I'm working with a group here called Upper Cumberland Connect. And what we're trying to do is, in partnership with One Tennessee, both of those being nonprofits, is help people like you who are trying to get services through your folks. Because right now, you know as well as I do, that you on the telephone trying to do that shit. I know, and we deal with it every day. So that's what we're talking about. So when we look at our local basic college in Tennessee, this is not about medication. This is about building a system of care where somebody like you has resources that you right now doesn't exist. And so we've got to help build that. So we look at that opiate abatement money. I think that's what needs to be started putting in place, particularly in rural areas. If you go to Nashville, you got a dime a dozen. You can't throw a rock and not get somebody, right? You come to Overton County, where are our mental health providers? Where are the people that are going to do this level of care that we need? So that's what we've got to be looking at as we build this system of care. And that's what I'm talking about. I agree with you 1,000%.
Another question, take a long time. Are you not kind of getting the cart before the horse or something? You're bringing the money in to support the addiction versus bringing the services in. But you said from the very beginning, I've been here since you started.
Right.
From the very beginning, it's a behavioral change.
It is a behavioral change.
Okay. We don't have the support to do the behavioral change. Yet we're going to bring people in.
I can't bring behavioral change if they're dead. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true. I understand that, and I work with that every day.
Yeah. That's
But
it.
masking it, putting another drug on top of it to treat the trauma, to treat the depression, to treat the suicidality, how does that help that addiction?
You've been here all night. You have not heard me say one word about treating suicidality, about treating trauma with medication. I talk about saving people's lives. You're not going to treat that with medication. You're going to treat that with behavioral change. You cannot do behavioral change on somebody you buried. So you have to keep them alive first.
But you've also heard from a number of people that have addiction issues.
Right.
That have been to the point of suicidality.
I agree. So
they did not have access to services.
I agree.
So what if we take the money that you're proposing for your center and put them into services, and then when the services are in place, let's have another conversation.
What is incorrect that we have? The local bank council. Those guys have money. There's 15 people on that council. I was appointed by the governor to be the chair. I don't control it. It's not my personal bank account. And believe me, there's plenty of eyes of the government auditors there. So that's not what we're talking about. I agree with what you're saying. We're not going to get anywhere in the state of Tennessee until we have systems of care that address what we're talking about. You're right. You're right.
I have one question.
Sure.
I don't even know your address. What county do you live in?
Wilson.
Wilson County?
Yes.
Is there a treatment center in Wilson County?
Yes.
How far from your home?
Let's see. Mom, maybe. I put it in my front yard. Go ahead.
One question I have. So when you get this out at all your requirements, if you look at the K-8 school is $0, come on.
I think that's a great question. We definitely take that into consideration. Is it over? So if you look at other places when they take things like that into consideration, it's typically 1,500 to 2,000. But that's what we looked at. This is well over that. This school's well over that away. And everything too is that, I mean, no harm by saying this, but that's a stigmatizing argument to make. These folks are already here. And I've got 4 children. No. That's a great point. I think I talked about earlier. We're not going to have people lined up. We don't have that now. That is weird. We are very opposed to that. We will not have that. It's in our policies. So we enforce it.
Okay. So now we're going to have the numbers for your statistics. Do you have pictures of your other claim facilities? Do you have the stuff on the crime rate around them?
Around what?
Around your other treatment facilities. The crime rate all around them? they're all right there on the land when they have anything out of her, right?
Ma'am, I can't understand you. I don't know what to say about that. You'd be wrong where you are. If you look at clinics around the country that come in, they're not showing the increased crime around the clinics. There's plenty of data, there's plenty of stats on that. Paul will be happy to send it all over to you. So I don't know how to answer hypotheticals like that.
I think we need to, and pictures of your other treatment facilities.
We got those.
And your other
Those are our facilities, they're back there in the back, we brought pictures.
that's not the one that we're covering.
No, those are our clinics. When I got started in addiction medicine, every place I saw was like a rat hole. It was in the barn, it was out in the middle of nowhere. And we wanted to build clinics that looked like where you would bring the patients and where you would bring the kids to. So look at our clinics. I'd invite you to come down and take a tour of them. It will not be a rat hole. No, those are real life pictures. We didn't have a rendering of them. Those are pictures we took of clinics outside with a camera. So yes, they're right back there on the picture.
My name is Kat Smith. I've been up here for 30 years. I've paid more. My question is, what, as you say, stigmatism you're bringing into this community? My children and my grandchild live 2 minutes from that building. You're bringing those people in here. And don't tell me they're all good people, because I know that's not so. And I know that. You're bringing these people in. My grandchild is 7 years old, out in the yard playing. Who knows what these people are going to do? You don't. You don't. It's all a money racket, and I know it, and you know it, and everybody in this room knows.
You can speak for you can't speak for me.
Well, I can speak for, I'd say for 20 of these people.
I'm fine with you speaking
I
for
think
them,
that's
but
how
you
we
don't know
feel.
what's inside of me, so I appreciate you speaking for you.
The next thing is, like that lady said, school, my grandchild goes to school right down the road, she's in 7th grade. And this is terrible. The next thing is, you do have a building in Cook, but why can't you apply for a certificate of need for that business and just extend your services instead of bringing in curriculum? So you're putting another clinic 10 minutes from the one you got into a rural area where we have all these people don't want it. Nobody wants it in this community, nobody wants it in this county, nobody wants you here. I'm not trying to be up to it, I'm just stating the facts. And then the next thing is, I want to know, is this a done deal or not? Because when I go back and look at that address of Confidant Highway on it with a picture of a diagram. So you tell me, if you can't tell me, where's our county officials? I want somebody to tell me.
So the first thing is that none of this has anything to do with county officials. The county officials have not been for this from the very start. Neither has Rex City Butler, and neither has Mayor Steve. So it has nothing to do with the county officials. Second of all, the reason it has an address on it is when you apply for a CON, you have to have an address. So when we're dealing with the people that own the property, we have an agreement with them that if the CON goes through, we will allow the property. So it's not a bad deal.
So my next question is, so when you went and talked to Big U's wife, who owns the barbecue, did you explain to her what you was going to do with this? Explain to her that there was going to be this clientele of people from far and wide was coming into her community as well? Did you sit down and explain all of this to her? Just going to say, I want to buy this for X amount of dollars.
Okay, so there was a real estate agent that lives here that recommended the property to us.
Did you explain to her what to do?
We didn't have the opportunity to speak to her, but get it out. So we were represented, and so we told our real estate person from here, hey, this is what you have to communicate. This is going to require a certificate of need. This could be something that some members, not all by any means, because I've got people calling me that support this. I have a judge here that supports exactly what we're doing, because he's seen how effective it is. And so yes, we did. It's it's been disclosed, it's in the contract, all that stuff. Yes, we told him, we've not hid anything. We've not hid one thing, we have nothing to hide.
It's not you told the realtor, I'm talking about, did you tell the lady that was the seller? Did you explain it? Did your realtor explain to her, this is gonna be a drug friend, handing out drugs, that she knew this?
That was told through our real estate agent, just like she has a real estate agent as well. That was communicated that we are making application to open an addiction treatment center. Yes,
Did you tell them it was a methadone in the box on the lid?
we told her that was going to be a certificate of need to open an opioid treatment program. Yes, we did. So before, it's not a done deal because there's 3 criteria that have to be met. First off, is there a need? Is there a demonstrated need for the proposed service area? So do we have to produce data? Oh yeah. Do we have to find data from the state, Department of Mental Health? Everybody? Yes. So we have to first identify there's a need. Number 2, is the provider that's intending to do this providing quality services? That's a good reward sign. I can tell you this, we're accredited just like a hospital is. So we're held to pretty darn high standards. And then the last one is it going to hurt anybody that does this type of treatment, no opioid treatment program? Does it hurt them financially? Is there an economic disadvantage to somebody else doing this? That's the 3 criteria they're going to look at. So no, it's not a done deal. There has to be 3 criteria met.
All right, well, hey, everybody, look, it's getting late, so I appreciate everyone coming. We're still going to take some questions. We're not closing down just yet. But what we're going to do, just for sake of time, because I know there's a lot of people with questions, is that if you have something new you would like to ask, or if you feel like you have an answer to a specific question, please come up and ask that question. But for issues that have already been asked a number of times, we're just asking for sake of time. They came up and communicated to me that they're willing to answer whatever you ask, but just for sake of time, so we can do this long. If you have a new question or something that's not been addressed yet, please feel free to get in line. Otherwise, let's get on to the meeting. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So my name is Austin Johnson, and one of the things I want to bring up there are some inconsistencies with some things that you said at the beginning. Did anybody in your treatment facility ever went through a drug diversion program that is currently giving medication to the patient? And have any of them ever had disciplinary actions against their life? No. Have you ever prescribed drugs as a physician while you were under the influence of drugs?
Yes.
How does the Tennessee Department of Health not have a record of you having disciplinary actions against your life?
Because I don't have disciplinary actions.
How? Why?
I need to
in the arm. I can tell you historically, patients that come into the
In all fairness,
hospital,
we can just add.
we don't like discussions, it's hard to have them. Because the other way is required by the state.
We've already answered your question.
Lucky.
And you're probably going to consider this and already asked questions and saying this. Tennessee's got 95 counties. We're number 25. Who are the 24 below us? Surely there's one rural community, and they may not be within a 50-mile radius. But I've heard here tonight, they go to Georgia, they go anywhere they can go to get this stuff. Why, Rickman? Is that gonna be considered already answered?
Well, I told you, it's been asked 10 times, so it's fine. We can go through the same answer if you like.
No, I want a different answer.
I know you're not going to get a different answer. There's not a different answer. We can line everybody up for a mile and a half, and you all ask me the same thing. All is giving you the answer of why Rickman. And when you look at these folks that are traveling these distances, we're trying to stop that. They're traveling through here now. We're trying to stop them. We're trying to keep them in their community so we can help them build a life. I don't know what to tell you. If that's your answer, if that's your question, we already answered it, and then I'll make the next one later.
What about all these people? I think that's got the breakdown and stuff. I know a dear lady that lives across the road. She has already said that she's going to be scared to death to step outside her door. She's not the only. She's not the only.
Well, we absolutely do care. And it's a stigma associated with the addiction, and we've been through that numerous times. And there's an amount of fear here that's not realistic. And legally it's not realistic for me. I can't speak for her. But that's not what we want. We don't want people to be scared. We want people to support what we do, and we want to be a member of this community. And one of the questions a minute ago was about, like we tried to sneak in here. We wouldn't sneak in here. We would have rented this place and had a town hall. And so we want the community to look at us as a resource. That's why we're here.
Well, I'm sorry, I agree with the other gentleman, sir. I respect what you're trying to do, but we don't want you in where we're doing this. No.
Okay, my name is Cedar. We're business owners in the community. I want to start off by saying about a year and a half ago, I listened to a podcast on Still Others. You speaking on it. It moved me. I thought, man, this guy's testimony is phenomenal, and what he's doing is amazing. I sent it to my family and friends that are addicts or who have family and friends that are addicts. I went on to watch Dope Sick on Netflix. I thought it was phenomenal how they fought against Big Pharma and what they were doing. My question for you is, after fighting Big Pharma and being an addict to opioids, how can you get back into Big Pharma and think it's okay to prescribe these prescriptions after you've already fought this once?
I hate it. You're right. I hate it. I wish we had something else. I wish that we had something else out there that could help us out. They're not big enough to cover the spaces. There's so many people out there, and you're exactly right. I hate this. I want people to live like I used to live. What I said on the spillover is true. What I talked about in those things, it's true. We don't have that. And I do know, I was out, with a company not long ago, that there's a couple of things on the horizon that look like it would be much better. It's all we have right now. Second, there's something better. I'll tell you this, if I had treatment programs that can take whoever I needed them to take, and they can keep them for a minimum of 3 months, where would we be?
My only thing is, you say it's federal regulated, not what's the flip side of it. After federal regulations, as much as I trust them on that line, I know I wish I could. We have to go in here and know that. How do we know that you're saying you've got to apply for this certificate of need within a 50-mile radius, right? Okay, I know because I'm a resident of Rickman County for the last 14 years. I moved from Clayton. I
And that's a great question. I think according to this map right here, between all this, it can be met anywhere. So I think anywhere. Is Putnam County? Yes. All this. All these areas.
Okay, so if you think it can be met there, just to further that, why wouldn't you stay there? I mean, you're talking 15 miles up the road. I don't understand why you have to spend 15 miles more if it could possibly be that there.
Yeah, so
It still keeps you in that 50-mile radius of all these other counties that are gonna feed your business. I understand that. And I don't mean any disrespect, because I understand addiction. I have friends and family who went through it. But what I also understand is you don't take medicine to get off medicine.
I stood at your microphone at one time, and I said the exact same thing. So I don't think I'll ever change it. I completely different on that now. The facility in Putnam County that we have developed, as we talked about earlier, is an OBOT facility. It is not equipped to do what we're proposing to do. It's two different things. What we're proposing to do is a much higher level of care, with much higher level of responsibility with the patient.
There's plenty of property in it, but I mean, and I know that the need there is bigger than it is here. I attend church in Putnam County, half my family lives there, half lives here, and half plays. I'm not dumb to the need something, but we all endure our agreement that that need is Jesus. We don't agree with treating medicine with medicine, addiction with another addiction. We don't. We already heard 50 people say that. So
I agree with you. I didn't say that you give somebody medicine and get them off of other drugs. What I said is you give them medicine for what we're creating to keep them alive and then help them with behavioral change that helps them get on. We all know that. None of us in here in recovery today, we got into recovery because we changed our behavior. I'm not the same dude I was. Somebody said earlier I deserve to be in there. Absolutely right. Absolutely. I sure did. And for me, I was able to have really good people in my life that helped me change. And so I got better because of behavioral change, but I had every advantage in the world because I'm a doctor.
you get a specific program to go through because you are in
Absolutely.
Okay, one more thing. In your Doug State documentary, I know this, and it's just because I have a brother-in-law who is a pharmacist. He represented Pill Guard during the epidemic. I think people were renting it out just trying to get those. What we also seen was doctors who didn't care just to keep writing scripts to fill their pockets. I know you've heard this 100 times. But how do we know that we're even going to be able to trust the physician and the clientele that you're bringing in here to do this treatment program? We don't know that we can trust them.
The physician oversees it will be me, and I just have to ask you for that. I take it seriously. This is what I do, and I'm not going to let you down.
I think my hardest thing with that, though, is you're standing up here saying that we should trust you, but you never use any of the medicines that you're going to be providing.
I used to do Northie when they detoxed me, and I didn't have to do methadone because I got help with the behavioral change before I had to go down. And I didn't understand it here. I agree with what you're saying. I got up there and told you these drugs are very hard. Right? They have a lot of half-life issues. It's hard to dose them. They have all these drug interactions. They're the best thing that we have right now. If we had long-term treatment, what I would like to see in the state of Tennessee, if you have an issue with addiction, you get a minimum of 3 months inpatient treatment, and you get 5 years of aftercare and follow-up like I did. I'm still 19 years out, and I still get aftercare and follow-up now. The regular person out here, what do they get? Almost nothing.
But my thing with that is, I know, I'm out of time.
Okay.
But my thing with that is, you're prescribing these drugs, and the people that I know personally who have went to these facilities who have either overused them, or they got them to fill them to take what they really want to do, correct? I'm just gonna end on this. This community doesn't want this here. You obviously know that, you're getting a lot of backlash. My biggest concern is not the people that are here that need this, it's the people that are going to come here. You say it's federal regulated,
You stole the drugs that you're proposing. My question to you is, a year ago, he was set free from that through the Lord Jesus Christ and a center here in town. Why does the court system not support, and why do they not send him to a Suboxone clinic rather than a rehab center?
So your son got sent to an abstinence-based facility, got into recovery.
Correct. So why did they not send him to a Suboxone clinic if that is?
Because I would really hope that he could get recovery through the abstinence-based center like he did. I love that. Because he doesn't have to be on medication.
So why are you not pouring into those centers?
We do pour into those centers. These are things that we need to be funded from the organization. Money's already appropriated by the state. I'm talking about people who play that.
I understand that there's always going to be people that say,
It's not you, though. I can't hear you.
I understand that there's always going to be people that don't make the recovery, that don't take it all the way. And I feel for those people, but there's nothing that says they don't leave your clinic and stick a needle in their arm and die anyway.
That's why I wish we had something better. There's nothing that says that happens. And your son got to go to an abstinence-based facility and he did really well. And I couldn't be more happy. I wish we had something to do.
Yeah, so pour into that. Don't put into the clinic to feed the drug addiction.
What about the people though who don't get that and they need this to get to there? And there's a lot of those. So that's the point here.
You don't know how bad he was. For you to say that you did not want help when he got help.
I didn't either.
He didn't want that help. But the Lord got hold of his heart and got him anyway. The Lord is the only answer. Put them in a faith-based program to get the help that they need. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. My responsibility is to anybody else. I can't control other people. I can control me and my reaction. If people go out and they commit crime, if we have law enforcement and criminal justice system that handles that, and I'm a believer in accountability, but to ask me to be responsible for their actions is not going to happen. I'm not responsible for yours, you're not responsible for mine. And so these folks are already in your community. They're already here. Okay, we're talking about reaching the last lady that saw, we're talking about her son. That's what we want to see. I hope that we have that more and more and more and more and more. And we don't need these things. That's what I want. But the reality is right now, we're using 9 Tennesseans a day of drug overdose deaths. I think we can lower that number. And that's why we're here. So I don't know what you want me to say about the crime. I don't have any statistics. I don't know.
I mean, they would resolve the day time frame when this counts.
I know. I've got that message. I mean, I really do. I hear it. So I just want you to know what it would be to bring it. Same as it is right now.
I guess the first question stigma, how many people in this room have family or know somebody who is addicted to drugs? These are the people that we love and that we're trying to take care of. So when you come in here and say that we don't understand stigma, we work so hard against some of that, and now you're trying to write the code there.
Great, 45-minute conversation last week, and I want to say thank you that we got to pray together, we got to talk about this and share each other's hearts. Thank you for that. Stigma is right in this room tonight. It's been very demonstrated. Stigma against patients that get medication for help. Stigma against Cedar recovery. Stigma against we don't want this in our backyard. And I get stigma taken somewhere else because I don't want it here. Pastor, it's present. It's present tonight.
The person, but I want you to misconfuse stigma with the person with an argument is at the mercy of the person with an experience.
Experiences are incredibly powerful to us. And there are people that have different experiences that would mold what they believe as well. That may not be in agreement with somebody else's experience. Everybody that's spoken about has an experience that is very valuable, and most certainly I want to hear it. But does it mean that there's not other people out there that don't have the same? No, there are people, Pastor.
To anybody who can answer this question, how much money has Overton County been allotted for
the opioid abatement on?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's about $151,000 sitting in the bank account. We put an opioid abatement committee over that. And anybody will be able to apply for this money. No, they can't.
I knew that already, Paul.
I don't know exactly.
Overton County got $18,602.77, but that's not the extent of the money. What I would like, in this audience tonight, is that's the money that's allocated directly from the county by the commission. So that's figured out by a formula that's determined on population size and problem. But there's this big, huge part of money, guys, that's $95 billion. And it's sitting in a bank account right now, and we have an application process for grants. So we talked tonight about abstinence-based treatment. To me, we've got to have funding for housing in Overton County. One of your representatives, Ed Butler, has this great idea of tiny homes, which I think is outstanding for people who need housing. These are the kind of things that you need to be looking at with the Open Development Council and get somebody to help you write a grant for this proposal. And I can tell you for sure, if you don't have anybody, call me, and I'll send the grant writers here to help you. It doesn't cost anything. MTSU does it, ETSU does it, the University of Tennessee does it. So,
Hey, I know all about tiny homes. I know all about the criticism that you'll give when you try to build a tiny home. Some of those very same people in here have got that very same thing going on. I trust them.
the tiny home part of my idea, this is about housing for people who need housing. And so that's not my idea. I'm trying to encourage the people in this room tonight that you're doing some good things here in Overton County, but they need to be expanded. We need more of them. So if you want to do that, there's grant money available, and I'm more than willing to help you with
So
that.
has that grant money, the $118,000, has it already been appropriated?
The $118,000 goes directly. The $118,000 goes directly to the county, and it'll come along again next year. In February of next year, then there'll be another workshop that comes into our county commission.
Has the $118,000 already been appropriated?
We would have to ask the county commission.
Okay, I was just making sure, because I didn't know, I thought you're the one that said where it went. That's why I was asking.
I know what you thought, but I wish I had you know what you think I have, but I don't.
Hey, Dr. Lloyd, I'm simply asking.
No.
Yeah, I know, I'm asking a question. I thought that you were the chairman of the board and that you helped decide where the money went.
I'm chairman of the board. A lot of this stuff is determined from the opioid settlements from Washington, D.C. So the money that comes to Overton County is figured out by a formula that the attorneys signed off on when they signed the case. So Overton County is gonna get this money every year over the next 18 years. But I'm telling you, that's a little slice of it. The big slice is the grant money that you're eligible for. And I would really encourage you to look at that. If you go to Tennessee Open Development Council and you Google it, and you can see what it is. And I'm telling you, if you need a grant writer to help you with your ideas, we can help you.
Yeah, so my question is, do you know how much grant money Hope Center, Teen Challenge, some of those people have got?
No, they have to fill out a grant.
I'm zero. But can I want to explain why. The reason why people are so passionate here is because 1 to 2% of the people that come in and get prescribed these drugs are paying out of pocket. Meaning that all these people are the ones that's funding these drugs that's being prescribed. And you can see all these people that understand they're not people who does not care about stigma and people with addiction, because these are the same people that are pouring their money into abstinence. They're funding it because the government does not fund those things. Our community does. And so if you're wondering why we're so passionate about treatment, it's because we're funding something totally different than what you believe in, and you don't understand why. Do you understand that?
I've heard you.
So you don't feel it. You don't understand.
Oh no, you keep putting words in my mouth, Lord, and I really wish you would stop. If you can stand here and think that I don't believe in abstinence-based treatment, then you haven't been listening. I can't help you. Okay, I can't help you with that. I realize you don't find me different. I'm fine with that. But I believe in abstinence-based treatment. I've said it 100 times, and I've tried to tell you how to go get money so you don't have to spend it out of your pockets. Now, this is blood money. Pharmaceutical industry unleashed this on us. I was one week. It is. Yeah, actually, there's way more than one. So there's really, there's three. There's actually, there's 3 pots. And then the first pot is industry, the second pot are distributors, and there's 3 of those. And then the third pot is in this one of the group called McKinsey, who were I know you know about it. So McKinsey worked for the people who did the consulting. So that's the 3 pots of money, and that's where the opiate settlement dollars came from. That's what you're eligible for. So you have programs here in Overton County right now that have been successful that you guys support. I want to see you apply for that money, because these are things that we need to be funding in our community.
I want to say one thing about the money. This money from this, I will tell you my heart, and I've told all this in our conversation. It's making people go crazy. This statement money is turning people, it's making people side with certain people so that they can get a cut of it. They're doing things and saying things and compromising what they believe to get a hold of this blood money that you're talking about. Because the truth is, in order to get what I want, I need to side with you so that I can support you in that. So that, and that's what that is.
That's not how I do business, right?
Well, I'm just telling you that the $100 money that you keep talking about, I'm just telling you, when you find that out here in this community, and you try to tell them that all this money you can apply for and all this stuff, I'm just trying to tell you, this money is causing people to act crazy. It really is.
It's completely out of my control, and I can tell you this. There's been nobody in this room that's agreed with me on anything tonight. All right, I'm good. I have got that message highly clear. If you're trying to promote the programs that are going to help people out there, there's no way I would ever stand in front of that. Not in a million years. Because you're talking about reaching a hurting population. That may be how you do business. I do not do business. My support of what you do is not conditional on your support of me. And that's a fact. Go ahead.
Our question is, you're asking part of it about this. Why is chosen children of the Christian location in this country? But if you consider that if one of these dangerous intersections on 111 between the Button Field Line and the Button State Line. You will be surprised at how many numbers of the people that have been killed there. And even since they reworked it, it's worse now than it was before. And the good old fine days, when they come in, a lot of it's going to be already high on this dedication to drugs to give them, and they're going to go down there and keep on giving more. How do you want to protect the people on one level and the people coming up from the doctor? From them running over them to kill them. I am 100% against. My name is Cedar. I will accept. I make them hateful. I mean, I don't mean it when I don't know it. Because it's no good. And like somebody else said, these people will clap down, will come in, and when they get their stuff to go to leave there, they're going to start driving the neighborhood to see what they can find, to come back, later on, and steal from my other children with. But I mean, now, have you considered how dangerous that is? Or is this one of these things, oh, we don't have the numbers on it. I don't have the numbers either, but I've been here 20-something years, and nearly at least once a month, before they rework it, they were somebody getting killed right there from where the gate turns in, going north, before the end down to going south. I don't think you're done your homework on the roads and everything that's been training. I'm 100% against. If you can guarantee me that there'll be safety coming out from your clinic, us coming out from 111, I'm 100% against and everything. Because you've not done your homework. If you done your homework, that's what you like. And everything. Also, coming out, like our poor big issues. If you don't have enough property, you go back and cut that bank down. The way you got that drawing there, that's going to be a fine spot because you come around, you come up, you start up a little rise, you come up behind the field, and you've got a curve coming down in front. Don't you think the community deserves safety and what you have done? Okay, so it's a bad idea, but that's what we need.
Good evening, my name is Casey Lockwood. The way I understand it is Oakland County and Rickman being residents really don't have the rules, right? On yes or no. But so my question is, what would it take for you all to withdraw from Rickman, Tennessee?
I think we're leaving here tonight taking all this under advisement, for sure. I think that we're going to take all that, what people are telling us. People that didn't show up tonight as well, we're going to continue to see if there's a need still in this area. We're going to take all that. It's why we call this town hall meeting tonight. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Michael Walker. You're the guy that sees it. You're supposed to be that guy. No, the guy right there. You say there is a need for your programs here. Of course they are. You just stated a few minutes ago, 43%. 43%, not shy of 50%, are repeat customers after a year. So you got 43% in January, December to January that's going to be repeated. That ain't counting the months of November back through January of the previous year. So can you tell us how long does it take for them to get off of it? Because according to you, that's what you said, 43%. How long does it take them to get to zero?
Yeah. First off, thank God they're alive. They're still fighting another day. That's the most important thing. So if the goal is access space, get your play on. It's going to be different for every person. We've got people that started using opioids. I did a call. We had a patient that was in the jail with Dr. Lloyd, and there was a patient started using heroin at 11 years old. I I don't know that she gets the same treatment and needs medicine as long as somebody that started when they were 25 and been on it for a year. It's very individualized of what they need. But I will tell you this, patients are told at the beginning that you can taper down off at any time. We'll let you know if you're not appropriate for this level of care. And to highlight that and prove that to you, we have a diversion center in Wilson County, Tennessee, where the courts send people to Cedar Recovery. We call it our diversion center, preventing incarceration in communities. They get sent there. If they complete 6 months of treatment, not with Cedar, 6 months of treatment, their case gets dismissed. 15% of people come to Cedar Recovery. 85% go to abstinence-based. We don't sit here and say that Cedar Recovery is the way. It's not a polarizing thing. We support all of it, and we have a track record of it. To answer your question very specifically, it's individualized, and I don't know for every person, but it's always, if the patient wants it or the doctor is recommending it, most certainly it's not.
Final question. There have been two other people here talking about their Catholic. I'm Catholic. If I show up to a meeting, I don't have the number. If I'm a supervisor, I'm looking at one of my people under me, telling me to get those numbers. I see a bunch of people standing over there that I'm sure work for Cedar Recovery, stand around their hands in their pocket, lean up against the wall like a scared mouse. Why have they not got on the meeting or a phone and pull that data? Why? You just standing there. You look sparkling.
As we told you earlier, it's not personal. We're not trying to be your enemies. If anybody wants to come see me, I'll show you the data that we have. And I'm sorry that ever got communicated. I don't think it's changing any minds tonight either, sir, what data we have.
My name's Shirley Walker. I met Dr. Lloyd, and I'm a commissioner in Dr. County, and I appreciate you doing this town hall. I just wish that you would have gave us a little bit more notice. Number one. Number two. Notice you were gonna have this meeting. You came to our county court meeting, and you told us about this little bit of data. And you said that you were gonna have another meeting on October 3rd. You did not say anything about you were gonna open a clinic.
Well, I've been before multiple county commissions and legislatures all over the state of Tennessee and the United States. So when I go before them, they have a traditionally wanted me to talk about what they asked me to talk about. I come to talk about a county commission over the county about this, about opioid abatement. It's really important. This is my personal one. I wanted you to come. You did. I'm here.
Yes, but I'm saying, you've seen the number of people here that are against. Well, I've got a question before we get on all that. I appreciate that. Somebody told me to ask you, you had a center in Johnson City. Why is that from the
No, I didn't have a center. Somebody may have had a center that I worked at for a period of time. But I'll tell you what happened there in any of the clinics. So when I first got into this line of work, I didn't understand addiction medicine at all. So I had some guys who were starting to get into this. I'm a hospitalist. I worked at the VA in Johnson City. And they would say, come and do this. And I would go out and they weren't doing anything to help people. They were saying the right medication. I didn't want to do that because people get better with behavior change. And so sometimes it took me a little while to figure that out. So when I was working in one clinic there, they said, we want you to be the clinic director. And I thought, great. So I went back and I started writing all the things we're going to do. We're not looking for the right medicine. We're going to do this, this, and this. And they thought I was crazy and they sent me out there. Well, they didn't want to spend the money on the counselors that we needed to help our patients. So if they got closed down, I don't know. I wasn't a part of that, and I didn't own the clinic.
Well, that wasn't my question.
I know. I've got people out there right now that are digging in my past, and that's fine. I'll sit here and tell you the truth.
So I don't know how true this is, but I was told that if you came here tonight and you saw an opposition, you was not going to come into our
So, I can tell. Yeah, you're not going to have to wait for it. As long as there's people ready and build audience for the last 3 hours. I'm a big boy, I'm fine with that. As long as we're hurting people, we're gonna try to find them because, Jesus, I saw in the Bible didn't leave anybody behind. And, that's all I have to say about that.
As a commissioner in this district, I have not.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna stop with you. The last lady, I'm sorry. No, the black shirt, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna stop with you. When I get to you, I'm gonna stop with you. Okay. No, I'll let you do that. No. I'm gonna stop with you.
So I have not had one single person reach out to me as their representative to speak for them here tonight.
Okay.
But there has been hundreds. I have not had a good night's sleep since, it's a week ago tomorrow that I found out I was coming. There have been hundreds that have reached out. They're not here tonight, some of them, because they couldn't. They have lives. And so there is a lot of opposition to you coming here. We even have a petition that Mark's going to talk to you about, of people that don't want you here, and for multiple reasons. Not because we don't believe in helping people. That's not it at all. We just don't want drugs given out in our community. I mean, you don't get, like everybody in their picking up saying, you don't get off one drug by getting another drug. I know it's not. Sorry, I was with you. You don't do that. Don't get off the drug by getting a drug.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Mark Lee. I'm a local pastor. Geraldine kind of hit on one of my questions, but first off, I did hear you say something earlier that you felt that the local faith-based rehab couldn't handle it. That's where you felt you guys had a need. Let me just say that all things are possible for God. Yes, I can't handle it on their own. There is someone that can handle it. One question. First question. I need to know where your heart is. How much money did the city pay for all of these people last year? You know, how much money did you profit? How much money did the clinics that you guys own, Cedar Recovery, how much money did you guys make last year? Yes. Any well-run business knows their numbers.
Last year we were in the red. We did not make any money last year. I can't figure out what the question is if it's specific, because this program's not open. Are you talking about Cedar Recovery? Yes. Yeah. So we employ around 160 to 120 people. Last year we operated at a loss. I don't know what else to tell you.
Somewhere I read where you made $5 million.
Wow.
Okay.
Can you tell me your source of that?
No, can you tell me your source?
Yeah, I'm not the one that made the claim around $5 million.
You don't have any numbers, so you didn't tell me your source.
So you want me to show you the financials? Yeah, that's in the certificate of need application, by the way. You can pick it up.
And first off, next question. And Geraldine asked it, I really hear yes or no. I was told by local and state reps that were in this meeting that you did say that if the community was against it, that you would back out. Is that a yes or no? Did you say that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. If it was decided, yes. Yes. Okay. You have seen the outpouring of the community here. We got a petition. I had a short time to do this. I mean, we were only talking about this about 3 or 4 days ago. Over 800 people right here listening. Probably not even that just me, plus all this. So you have seen that. Now I ask you, are you a man of your word? And I can see.
interested is addiction risk. All these things you know. I mean, we can't debate that. You probably know more about methadone than I do. I have a doctor of pharmacy degree, but you probably still know more. I'm not going to say you don't. I've not spent the last 14 and a half years studying addiction. I have not. I have spent the past 14 and a half years taking care of my community. I've taken care of many of you in here, and I would do it 10 times over. I know that we have an opioid crisis in this country. I don't think that that's any debate. I know that we have an opioid crisis in this state, in this community. But I don't think that it is fair to put that burden of treatment on a community such as Rickman, Tennessee. They do not have the resources to handle that influx of people from so many counties, from so many areas. We don't. We don't have it. This community does not want this. I'm asking you not to place this treatment center here. I have not spoken to one single local healthcare professional who thinks this is a good idea. And I talked to many of them. I have a list who I asked with their permission if I could write a list. I won't read that out just for the sake of time. I think I'm over my 3 minutes. So I won't read that. Again, I only had about 3 minutes or 3 days to figure all this out myself. But that's what I came up with. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank y'all for staying and coming out. I appreciate y'all staying as well. That's really all I have.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to finish my question earlier before I thought of another one. So you have pretty much let us know that no matter what we say here tonight, you all are going on to Nashville to try to get that certificate of need. That's the feeling I'm getting from y'all.
I love the ability in the room.
I said that's the feeling I'm getting. So correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm
We've
wrong.
stood up here and talked about this numerous times, whispered in each other's ear. We would take it in advice when we came here to see what the feeling was.
Okay, so here's my question. So you would like all these people to show up. Is it December 13th? We're having a certificate of need meeting in Nashville. Is that the date?
No, we don't have a date.
You don't have a date?
No.
It's not December 13th.
We do, we don't know it. And I'm not gonna stand here and lie about that. We have one, we don't know it.
Our application for certificate of need is not in full form yet. It's got to be in full form before we're assigned the date. So we still have supplemental questions that were asked to us. So there may be a certificate of need hearing date already scheduled. We don't know if that's our date.
Well, our community was told.
Of course.
So that we can come.
Yes.
Because you can tell people don't want this here. And there's all these precious folks who say I don't want it next door. So here's my question. I don't live next door, praise God. I put in a pause. We don't have zoning, right? That's one thing that brought y'all here. That's why y'all want to be cooked over there. So, regulations. That's why y'all want to come here. But we don't have zoning regulations, so there's nothing to stop these precious people from putting in halls, right? If they want to put halls in their front yard. Correct. I mean, we'll take your feelings under consideration. I'm just saying, like you're taking ours. I'm asking, how would you all feel if we decide people who live there decide to put in halls? Because that's what I would do.
want dinner or something. There is a certificate of need application. They do meet on the 13th of December, but they have not been assigned that date, so he's got to approve. Now, when that date comes out, we will publicize that. We will make the public knowledge. You are welcome to come to that meeting and be for or against it, which I think everybody here is against it. And you can voice your opinion. So it'll be in Nashville.
You can go ahead and write in your opposition. I have that address on my phone. You also can email that. I have the number to the director of the certificate of need program. You can call him. Now, he works independently of the board, so do not call him and jump all over him. He's not he's not going to give it to him. He's not going to deny it. Do not call him. It's very nice. Please don't. I will give you the address. We can write in, go ahead and send in your letter. You can go ahead and send in your emails for that. But if you want to show up in person, we have to find out when that day.
Hold on, just calm down. Calm down. Get late. I do want to say, I appreciate these guys being here. Whether you like it or not, as you all know, I'm not for this, but I'm going to tell you the amount of courage that it took for them to come up here and do this. I appreciate the courage. Because I assure you, standing in his shoes has not been fun for the last 3.5 hours. Right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you read it or not. I appreciate coming up here and listening to the community as they said they would when we asked them to do that. So I appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming to Rickman and listening to the community, knowing it was probably not going to be any fun. So, Stephen?
We asked them to come. Everybody says a lot of stuff on Facebook that you don't know about. There's no secret meetings. There's no things that takes place like that. Okay? But one thing they wanted to do is have a meeting. We set a meeting up. Okay? It involved the judge, yourself, invited the DA, invited the sheriff, we invited the CEO of the hospital, different things, because let me tell you something. I've never been an addict. I've never took a drug a day in my life. I don't know about these things. But one thing that they can tell you, they work well with communication. They said if it wasn't a fit for the community, they wouldn't be here. Please wait just a second before you applaud. I said, then you need to hear my community, because I know my community. And they will back me up. I said I was born and raised in this community. They don't want you. But they agreed to come here. Now you've heard us, and the community, you can tell, they don't want you. We're asking you to hear our word. Hear the people. Because I've certainly been spit on, I've been cussed out, I've been treated like I was a pig. I've got people right in this room tonight that I've known all my life that won't look me in the eye. Now I want to tell you something. This is not none of our faults. Okay? None of our faults. But we wanted to bring it to light what was trying to happen. And that's what we did. You fuss and you cuss because you never know what's going on. And then, when we try to bring it to you to say, hey, this is what's going on, you fuss and you cuss. You showed up, and that's what I wanted to happen. I wanted you guys to be. Thank you guys for being. Thank you guys. You know where I stood from the get-go. I told you, this community will fight you tooth and toe. We're going to have to put extra surveillance on that building tonight because I don't want to see Biggie's barbecue burn down. I was talking to him outside, and I said,
think, and I said this tonight, as a community and as a people, we fought hard tonight, and I heard a lot of people. If you fought as hard at keeping the drugs out of our county, out of our children's hands, as you fought this tonight, we wouldn't have had no drugs in Albany County. You got anything else to say?
Here, I can commission on that. Just want to say thank you. This is not the first time I've had to stand up here and take heat, but the core values, love unconditionally, forgive officially, demonstrate mercy, those are biblical principles that we hope we're demonstrating tonight from at least our side, maybe not at times from others, but we want to be, our hearts is to be like Jesus, go to the woman at the well. That was a Samaritan in the afternoon, and Jesus still went up to her, and that's what we're trying to do. That's why we're here tonight.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing